What's up, everybody? What is going on? I am finally getting to put together the last episode in this mini docuseries. 8 episodes. It's called My First 6 Months with VeeFriends, and I might have gotten some of the timing down wrong because it did take a sketch more than 6 months to get where I am today. But I will let you know that we're at my new location, and I'm in the middle of building the studio right now, as you can kind of see. And so I was trying to figure out before I go and do anything else within VeeFriends, what do I need to finish this docuseries up, and how do I end it? Because I need to move on to other things. Well, um, I was at the Texas meetup and I brought some cards that I got graded. And so I was just going to do it again real quick and show you just some or a few of the cards that I got graded through CGC. So yeah, we'll just start right here. And this is going to be the sharing squirrel 1 of 1. That's a 10. Gem, mint gem, 10. 1 of 1. Lava, dodo bird, 9. CGC. Perfect Persian, auto, series 1, CGC 9. The rarest of the robots, series 1, 7. I'll take a 7. Energetic eel, series 1, rare, boom. I'm trying to see if I can get that glare off, and I think I do sometimes, but bear with me. You know what I mean? 9, not that. Carrying Camel, series 1, 9. Gift Goat, 9. Gift Goat, 8.5. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And then we got the Charming Cheetah here, Uno card, the number 1 in the Uno deck, 8 CGC. So those were the cards that I showed when I was in Texas. So I've been wanting to show the rest of the cards. And bear in mind, I know most of you have watched all other 7, 8 episodes of this mini docuseries. I know you've already watched it. I know you've already liked it. I know you've already shared it. I already know you replied to it. I already know that you said you loved it. I already know you said you hate it. I already know you said, I don't get time for this. Anyways, I've never opened up a pack of cards, VeeFriends cards. I've never opened up a pack ever. But I have bought many of VeeFriends cards. So that came from CGC, and then I got just a few more here that I just want to go through. I can end this docuseries and I can move on to my next venture here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend. I know this does say my 6 months. We're closer to 16, but I thought it was good. I love bubble wrap. Why wasn't I on the stage? Was I not? Was I not on the stage the whole time? Yeah, I was on the stage the whole time. All right. Here's some cards. Let's do it this way, I guess. All right. All right. This is a rare, and you know your bad relationship with time. CGC 9. So I've never opened up a pack of VeeFriends cards. These are all cards that I either got on To the Moon stream, the Courageous stream, Guy Slim, other people that were running shows, especially the Discord. Thank you, Discord. The Gift Goats. When I came into this, my main objective was to build relationships with as many people as I possibly could and help where I can and really keep my mouth shut and really try and learn and understand. So we got the octopus rare. That's a 9. I'm going to burn through these. Here we go. This is the chameleon. Boom, rare. I believe. Yep, we got a 10 on that, which is nice. And then I've got the coyote. Yeah, the coyote rare 9.5. Pretty good. Then I've got the cold, the hyena rare. We're going 8 right there. All right. And then we got the bold bat 9 rare. Bold it is. Gracious grizzly rare 10. We've got the reliable rat rare 8. We've got the glowing glowworm rare CGC 9 Luft balloons. We've got the headstrong honey badger rare CGC 9. we have the amped II, rare 9.5. Man, those 9.5s. I know Tom has talked about it before, how he's like, I like nines better than I like 9.5s. And I'm just wondering if whoever was judging or examining that card, if, you know, they had a better morning, got laid this past weekend or something, that they automatically would have just given it the 10, but they had a terrible morning and they weren't getting you know, let's see here. We got the magpie here, rare. We're going 9. Not bad, right? Not bad so far. And then we've got the wombat, working wombat, CGC 9. I'll take these 9s. I'll take these 9s. And you know what? They're rare, so we are going to go the tolerant tuna, rare. Again, hits me with the 9.5, but then we got the genuine giraffe, rare. Boom. We're going 9. We're going 9. And then we do have the anonymous. The enamored emu, 8.5. I'll come from this side. Boom, there it is. Not bad. Sometimes I can see with my glasses, sometimes I can't. You'll all get there if you haven't gotten there already. One of my, I would have to say, top 10 characters. The Spiffy Salmon Rare, 8.5. Kind of bummed on that, but oh, someone coming in and say hello.
Who that?
Can hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, nice. Excellent.
How are you, brother?
Good, man. I been just working on getting this place together, and I have all these CGC slabs. I'm looking for. Where's it? I have all these CGC slabs. I got 168 slabs done.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I've just been going through them because I've been putting together this mini docu-series, and I thought it was going to take me 6 months when I started with VeeFriends to have like the cards that I wanted to sell, things in slabs, and start to sell. And it took me maybe closer to 16 months. But yeah, I'm just going through them now. I got like a bunch of 10s. These are just the rares. This is the wombat, and that is a 9.
So they've just come in.
What's that?
You just got the shipment in.
Yeah, I got the shipment in probably last Monday.
Okay.
It took them about, I would have to say, 8 weeks to get them back to me.
Okay, that's not too bad.
The astronaut, 8.5. The cockroach, 9.5. Another cockroach, 9 rare. The Tom Clam, 8.5. Another 8.5.
The foils are hard to grade, you know.
Yeah, I actually what was like Nate's, like how many cards did he get slabbed? And
he's got hundreds. Like
Yeah.
I think he's up around maybe 450, 500 slabbed cards now.
Yeah, because like when I was watching him like wait for his cards to get in, that kind of helped me kind of hold back a little bit to like when I was going to like release everything, because I saw that, you know, Nate's been in this longer than I have. And I was like, all right, well, if he hasn't even received his cards yet, and you know, he's been in this for at least a year, I go, you know, don't beat yourself up too much, bro.
Yeah, no, him and I sent a batch in together. He sent in, I think he sent in like 80 cards and I sent in 30 in one go. And they took, with the shipping back and forwards, Australia there and then back to Australia, was about 3 months. And I got, when mine came back, I graded a bunch of Gary B's, obviously, because I collect Gary B. But I graded,
a lot of cores.
Yeah, cores mainly, but I graded.
But a lot of cores of Gary B, right?
Yeah, cores of Gary B. Yeah.
And so, looking back at the scores that you got and looking at the cards, can you look at a card and say, this card got a better grade than this Gary B core? And I'm looking at this card and it doesn't look as good, or if it's off center. Like, did you notice any trends?
I'm not good at identifying what cards will grade best. So all I did was I sent a bunch of my cards to Nath that I felt were centered okay, that had no chips in the corners. You know, they looked quite good to me. So I sent him about 60 cards and he went through and
even if the grade wasn't like fantastic, you still wanted to get that card protected.
Yeah, but he went through my 60 cards and picked out the best 30 that he felt would grade really well.
Oh, so how many did you end up sending to him originally?
About 60.
Okay.
And then we only graded 30 of mine because he felt like the other 30 wouldn't grade as well as the 30 he selected. So, what have you done? Hang on. The little fella's pulled the cart on him. Hang on. What have you done? I'm watching the little fella because his dad's gone to the shop. What'd you do? Here you go. There you go. Yeah, so I graded 30 odd, and they were like, I got good grades with mine. Like I got a full set of, you know, the national exclusive cards of the Wizards and the you know, like Common Sense Cow and Genuine Giraffe and things. I got a full set of all 10s in those. So, which was pretty cool. He's right. He's just playing down there.
So, do you remember, like,
he's pulled it over.
The month and the year?
I've picked it up twice.
Whoa.
Oh, he hasn't.
Do you remember what the month and the year was that you opened up your first pack of VeeFriends cards?
Mine? Oh,
yeah.
God, I don't know. Jesus, it would have been... I've been in it about 2 years, so...
Right.
It would have been... but I didn't open a pack straight away because I didn't have it. So I was just getting like single cards from other people to start my collection. Like Josh Courage's stream, I would buy, you know, one of his starter packs of 20 cards, which were already opened. I didn't open my first pack until maybe 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And then I've only ever opened one full sealed box, and then the rest of my have all just been packs that I've bought off, Fanatics before they went to Whatnot, and then Whatnot, and then other streamers, and then Nathan. I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm going to clear a lot of my stuff out and just focus on building up what I want to collect with the Gary B's, because it's just too much. Like, I don't have the room to display them all.
I think that's really smart.
I just don't have the room to display them all, and I think that they're of no value to anyone if they're just sitting in a box. They need to be displayed to be of value. You know what I mean? And like, I've got a stack here that I've got a stack here and there that I've just listed in the Discord for if anybody wants them. Of graded slabs, and rares and very rares and things like that. That if people want them, I'm happy to just clear them out. If there's something that somebody needs to finish their collection or somebody wants, then I'm going to clear some of those things out, so I've got room to do because I make those custom cards. I'm making myself a full set of all 251 characters of my own custom cards. So,
how many or what's the percentage of characters that you have done right now?
I've done 117 different characters.
Yeah, and what's the average amount of time? Because I've seen all your cards and they're amazing, but like, how many on average? How many hours does it take for you? And I know sometimes, depending on what's going on, you'll leave a project for a while, then you'll go into one of our chats and say, "Hey guys, I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but I'm starting to get back to it," type of a thing. But like, on average, how long would it take you?
It depends on what it is. Like you said, like when I first started, they were taking me a long time because I hadn't worked out, a routine and a system. But now, like if I wanted to make one now, I could make one in an hour. If I really knew what I wanted, because I like to plan them all out in advance, think about what I want the background to look like, what I want the framework to look like, and things like that. So if I just don't plan and I just sit at my craft table and create one, I can make one in 10 minutes. But when I'm planning, like, let's have a look. I'll show you one here. So this is the, where's the last one I did here? So like, let's find the last one.
Were you always, right from the get-go, a big fan of the bee, or did that happen after you kind of got yourself into the community?
Look, I like the essence of it. It wasn't until I got in and started, doing some research in the community and looking at all the different characters that, the bee is what resonated with me the most. But I'm also a fan of the elf and the burglar. I don't know why the burglar, but the bee is what resonated with me the most. I'm a very industrious kind of person, so bees having that industrious nature is what I resonated with the most. But like this card here, this is the wizard that I did the other day.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like it's like all your cards are like so amazing, but like I can see the growth in you taking more risk and using different types of material. But I will say that every time you kind of have like an artist block, just simplify it and go back to your roots.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that you first did is just as good as that wizard, which is one of the last ones that you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, and I am doing a mixture. So I'm doing a mixture of like, my modern thought of being more because I got myself a really good quality printer. So, and I've sourced a really good supplier for, like printable holographic paper and stuff like that. So I'm doing a lot more printing stuff now, but I do like the original ones where I would, where I would actually do it as like a 3D effect. Kind of like this. This is more like this is more a 3D effect here of the Jolly Jacko. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
you know what? Like a character like Jolly Jacko, like it must be a lot easier to come up with different ideas for certain characters.
it
And
is.
you're just like, you know what? Right now I don't have any card, but like Jolly seems like a card that it's easier. And then there must be other characters where it takes you a little bit more time to kind of figure out the vibe. And then how many cards did you do before you decided, you know what? Maybe if I took some of these pins, because not all of the characters had pins, then I saw you implementing different types of VeeFriends, collectibles and incorporating them, which I thought was unbelievable.
Yeah. So the pins, I just come up with as I go because as you say, there's not a lot. Not all the characters have a pin. So if I get hold of some pins, then I'll make it based around whatever pins I have in my collection. But I've done a few other things.
If I want you to do like a custom piece for me, and I say I've got like a meteorite pin or I've got a cosmic pin, and it's a particular character, and say, can I send this to you and pay you to build a custom card with a higher end pin? Like, are you still allowed to do that? Because it's not like you're making money off of like the VeeFriends thing. Like, you're actually kind of enhancing it. And so
I'm not making money from it. I don't sell any of them.
I know you don't.
Yeah. So,
but I'm like, once they come out with the Confident Cobra pin, I'm going to want to collect each one of them. And I'm not like a big pin person, but like if I collected, all 4 or 5, however they end up coming out, I would send them to you and just say, hey, Craig, take the next 6 months and just make cards out of this. And, I'll throw you $100 a card just for you to customize it and put it inside, which keeps it protected. Because I'm not really a pin person, but I'm a character person. Why shouldn't I be able to like give you $100 a card if you're going to customize it?
I did this one with the shimmer.
I haven't seen
kangaroo. That's got like mosaic glass. That's actually glass behind the kangaroo.
And how many hours would you say that took?
That one probably took me about an hour.
And do you already have an idea of what you're going to do, well before you sit down? Or do you just kind of sit down and say, all right, I'm just going to start doing it?
Yeah, sometimes I just sit down and start doing it. Like that's the one I made when they announced the Erupt cards in this Chrome. Yeah,
that's so badass.
So I made that one, and then I made this one for Nate, which is the Inostranet, like a gold superfractor type one. And then this one I've made for Corso. I'll turn my camera because this one's got the patch off the hoodie inside it. So this is a double booklet. So it folds up. It's a booklet. And it folds
the astronaut one, it looks like he could have been a character in any of the Mario Brothers games.
Yeah.
Like, it looks that good.
Yeah, I mean, I just come up with some ideas on the spot. Like this is a red devil that I did the other day with a fire background, you know, using the lava red devil, and then I did the same one using just the plain red, you know, red devil, and then I did the wizard
Is there
one.
any other cards, like not VeeFriends related, that you've kind of done some of this in the past already?
Yeah, I did some sports cards. I don't have any left here. I did some sports cards for friends many, many years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I did, but these ones. So I'm making a full set for myself. So the gift goat, this black cat, that wizard that you saw, this eel, this Gary B. You know, these are part of my own. I made this one, which is like got a cat with red claws ripping through the card.
Yeah, I like that. And that background we used on the astronaut, and it reminds me of like a honeycomb.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got that Gary B kind of vibe in the back.
Yeah. So these, I just do them, whatever comes into my head at the time. You know, like this one here, I did as a burglar carrying a safe. You know.
Yeah, that's really good. And it's different. It's definitely a different feel.
And this one's an angel pin inside the card with wings, you know.
Yeah.
And it just depends on, you know, what I've got in terms of materials. Oh yeah, I made a sleeping black cat.
Like,
so
Craig, you.
This one's a pretty cool one.
Other artists, like, your goal should be to get all the characters done by the next VCon, and like they should give you a wall space so that you can like show them, because you know how like sometimes there's a lot of times at VCon where there's stuff to do, but you're just kind of standing around a little bit, whatever. That's something that people would really spend some time and like look at each one of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. You know, like I've had a couple of discussions with Gary and the team over the last few weeks about different things, and I love the idea of the sketch cards, right? And the opportunity to. I didn't get an opportunity to sketch one because I'm not a sketch artist, but I love the whole concept of sketch cards and having the community draw sketch cards, and that's why I made my own sketch card blank the other day and posted it on Twitter saying, I'd love for all the community members to print this out and draw me a sketch card for my own collection. So I want to have a sketch card drawn by Brett DeVito in my collection and a sketch card drawn by Soggy Waffles in my collection, for me. Not to sell, not for anything, but for me.
I mean, if I didn't like take a look at the characters in Gary's drawings, I probably would tell you I'm not going to draw any characters. But seeing as though Gary drew them first, I don't feel too bad like giving it a stab and trying to do my job in the artwork.
It's like, I don't expect anyone to replicate what Gary's drawn. I want to have a sketch card from, Brett DeVito that's his interpretation of his favorite character. It doesn't have to look anything like the Cobra. No. It's Brett's interpretation of the Cobra because that's his favorite character. It's Nathan's interpretation of the Inostranet because that's his favorite character. I'll draw myself a Gary B. That's my interpretation of Gary B. may not look anything like anything else. Like, I made these the other day for myself, just for my own collection. I made myself a Gary B super sticker.
Yeah, that's nice. And the other thing
And
I like about that is that
I made my own.
Yeah, that's nice.
They're just for me. I don't plan to sell them. I made one for Nathan, which is the Inostranet.
He deserves shit. Don't spend any energy on that gentleman.
He's hilarious. He's away on holidays at the moment with his family up on the Gold Coast, where all of our theme parks are.
I was actually just telling somebody this past weekend how I have built some really great relationships with so many people all over the United States and all over the world through VeeFriends, which is a gift that we always remember, but once in a while, we kind of forget how grateful we are.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I was just like, yeah. And I go, there's no doubt in my mind that in the next 5 years that I'm going to go to Australia. And because I've always wanted to go to Australia, but now I have even a bigger urge to go to Australia because like 2 of my favorite community members live in Australia and I got to go over there. You know what I mean? It's just, I know at some point they're going to get here. But I mean, that's my plan.
The beauty of
5 years, it comes to you guys.
It's the beauty of this global community. It's the beauty of what Gary's building here with a global brand. It's not like, and we're lucky that we've been in this from day one almost. Well, I've only been in it just over 2 years, so I'm a year behind a lot of people because it's been going for 3 years. So, but it's we're blessed to have been here from the start, and the people that enter the community in 10 years' time, they won't have a clue about what we've gone through in the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Unless they do some deep diving and delve into the past of how it originated and, how the Series 1 NFTs became the, Series 1 cards and the Series 2 became the Series 2 cards and the evolution into, the digital, other physical collectibles. And I just wrote only like an hour ago, I posted a post on LinkedIn that I have been writing for, a couple of weeks now about Topps Chrome and Gary. So if you go to my LinkedIn, you'll see that post that I just posted about an hour ago about the VeeFriends Topps Chrome launch.
Yep.
So, it's just like...
There's a Ninja for you, but it's 8.5, but I'll take an 8.5 Ninja any day of the week.
Absolutely. Like I said, the foils are hard to grade. They always grade, between 8 and 9 normally. And if you get a 9.5 or a 10, you're extremely lucky. I haven't seen many 10 foils.
No.
But I've seen a lot of 9s and 9.5s, but hardly any 10s.
I know it's not good to like go into the past and think about what you could have, should have, but like I like to just go back there just to like learn if I'm ever in the same. But like, do you think that you would have spent, if what you know now with VeeFriends and the amount of money that you spent from day one, do you think you would have spent your money differently so that you felt like, rather than...
I would have definitely spent my money differently if I knew now, if I knew back then what I know now about the brand and where the direction is heading. I would have definitely spent my money 100% differently on what I did. Yep. I would have got into the series 1 NFTs and the series 2 specs. Before I got into the cards and before I got into the merch and the collectible side of things. Absolutely. Yep.
But you learn so much. So when, in the next 15 to 20 years, when VeeFriends comes out and he comes out with series 1, you're going to know what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. And I think that's my play. I'm still working towards getting my first Gary B NFT, whether it's series 1 or series 2. I don't have a Gary B NFT yet. So, I'm working towards that. Series 1 is a little bit out of my reach at the moment because they're like, the only one that I saw listed was like 3.5 ETH.
Do you remember any series 1 cards or NFTs that you looked at, and at that time you were just like, I don't have the money for it, but looking back you go, man, I should have just tried to figure out?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Gary B, like I said, the series 1 Gary B, when I first looked at it, I think it was 2 years ago. It was just after the big crash we had at the end of 2021, where the markets died. Bored Apes went from 100 ETH to 2 ETH in a week, and I think the Gary B crashed to as low as about $600.
Yeah.
And it was in that actual moment, I didn't have $600 spare that I wanted to spend on an NFT. So I didn't buy it. And then it slowly just built back up. And now you push, now a Gary B series 1 is, a minimum of $2,000. So
I think that the Gary B, I think Gary did a really good job where, like, number one, it wasn't like the mascot,
no,
because you know how, like, back in the day, somebody would start a company and they would just want their name to be, the headliner.
Yep.
And the B itself, like, I love it, but I didn't even know that Gary was the B until, like, my first month in, and I'm like, I'm the B's, and I haven't been to a VCon, and I know nothing about NFTs, and I go, people are going to freaking hate my name and think I'm coming in here guns blazing and stuff. And it's I don't think, like, you like the Gary B. I know that we all love Gary, but you really like that character.
Yeah.
And it's not about because it's associated with Gary.
No, not at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's more, for me, like I said, it's more, about the industrious nature of a bee and the fact that, the pollination around the world, things like that is what drew me to the bee. But
I like it because other than you and Mike, I don't know other people that talk about the bee that much. You know what I mean?
I've got a custom here. I'll see if I can find it here. But I made my own custom Gary B cards, and on the back of it, oh look, I've got this one here too. Look what I just found. I've got a sweet spot.
Yep.
Right here. That's not going anywhere. That's not up for sale.
I know. Wait, Craig, show the back of the card, because I feel like that's the most important part of the card. That, like, I wanted community members to understand that, people have a daytime job, they have a hobby, they got a passion, and you need to really figure out, like, the 2 or 3 things that each community member really likes to do, and we need to work together. Like, if you know somebody that's in the community and they're good with websites, then you should have them help you with your website, you know?
Yeah.
And I wanted to put together this kind of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type of golden ticket thing, but it was more important to me to build relationships with multiple people within the community, because it's not about my picture on a card. You know what I mean? Like it's about people getting together and working.
See, that's the Gary B that I made, right? My custom converted one.
That was like one of your first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the back, it's got a little write up, and on the back it says, and this is why I fell in love with the Gary B, and this is my write up that I wrote on the back of this. Gary B embodies the essence of collaboration and strategic thinking that defines the VeeFriends community. The bee, known for its industrious nature and role in pollination, serves as a symbol of hard work, interconnectedness, and collective growth. So that's what I wrote on the back, you know. And I think that's, like I said, that's what resonated with me. Is I've always been somebody that loved bees and honey. I never bred them. I never had my own or anything, but I've always been fascinated. I've always been fascinated by bees and the fact that if they sting once, they die. You know, that sort of thing. And
this here's a good story, Craig, about this red devil. I bought this red devil on a show, and it was in a PSA, and it was a 9.
Yep.
And
so you cracked it?
Yeah. No, well, I went by my dad's house, and I was like, hey, I always like to give him stuff to do. He's getting older and stuff. And I was like, do you think you can crack this? And he goes, yeah. And he cracked it. And I looked at the card, and I could see like a little nick. And I was okay with it because I needed the card to not be in a PSA so I could use it for the national tournament last year in New York. So that's why I took it out. But look at this. You know, I had a 9 PSA, and now it's a 7. But it's a red devil, and I'm going to be able to use it in tournament plays.
You know, I'm
a robot.
A robot? You got a robot?
Yeah, rare robot, 9.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good score.
Yep. Yeah, so what I'm going to do with these, Craig, is I'm going to, I'm working with Bar Locker with Cactus Card, and I'm going to reseal all of these slabs into like a 1-pack slab. And so I'm going to let people, I'm going to have 2 different tiers. I'm going to have a tier that's like $20 a repackaged slab. And then I'm going to have one that's like a $50. And, you know, my podcast, you know, is more about content and entertainment, and then the card sales come second, because I want to get online, and I want to entertain, and I don't want my focal point to be that, okay, when I go online, it's important for me that I have to sell things.
Yeah, I get that.
I'll just let the market do what the market's going to do. This is a good one, though. This is a rare black cat. I got a 9 on it.
Wow. I don't have any tier 1 cards yet.
You have no tier 1? Oh, here's a very rare black cat.
Yep, I have no tier 1. The closest I've got to a tier 1 is I got in a pack in my first box that I ripped.
That's a very rare Skelly.
I got a patient panda rare. That's the best card I've got, like out of anything I've ever pulled.
It's I feel like when I first came in, which was around October of 2023, right around when Savvy and Soggy came in.
Mhm.
I feel like I saw the panda a lot, and I'll tell you right now, I was
I got
like,
this one.
yeah, that's nice. That is nice. But I feel like I haven't seen like the panda and the elephant as much. So I just think that when we're looking at these cards on the show, sometimes we'll be like, oh, there's a pattern, like there's a lot of pandas out there. And I think that there are I feel like there's a good amount of pandas, but I don't think that there's like a ton. Like I don't think a panda is like a tier 3 or a tier 4 type of a card.
Yeah.
I think I think it's kind of rare. And if you get a panda, you definitely want to keep it.
Yeah, I got that one, and I don't know what I want to do with it. I mean, like I said, I'm sort of now in a point where I want to move, some of this stuff on so I can focus on finishing my Gary B collection, because I've only got a rare Gary B. I don't have a very rare or an epic or anything else yet. So the rare Gary B is the best Gary B I've got, which is there, the rare Gary B.
I actually would love to find out,
But
Craig.
I've got that.
I'd really like to find out, Craig, what are going to be like a lot of the common cards, because what I would do is I mean, I haven't opened up a pack yet, and I don't know if I'm going to ever open up a pack, but I know that I'm going to get Topps Chrome cards. And if I knew ones that were common, like I'm sitting down with somebody, they're opening the box, or I end up opening up the boxes, and I know that I'll get these cards again, like on day 1 or 2, I would just ship those to you for free, just so you could start working on more artwork with your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Topps Chrome is going to be hard for us to get here in Australia. Like, the only store that I know of that's listed to get it stated in one of their streams that they may not get it because, they got a heap of stuff of VeeFriends before, and, it wasn't very successful for them. So, what they pretty much said in their live stream on Whatnot was, whatever stock we've got left here in the store and the warehouse now of VeeFriends, that's it. We're not getting any more. So, I'm not sure, but and I saw Blowout Cards had a pre-sale yesterday for blaster boxes, but when I went to order them, it came up with something saying that it needed to do a security check on their website because I was international, and for me to check the box, but there was no box.
Yeah.
So I couldn't check the box because there was no box. So it wouldn't let me process that sale. So, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be, people like yourself and other people in the US that'll happily, grab me a box or two, or blast a box or two when they go to the store. If they get, if they buy 4 or 5, they'll put one aside for me. You know what I mean?
I think people, like, especially some of the new people that have only been in this for like the past 6 months, like the rest of the month, they should start reaching out to other community members and just talk to them about what they're hearing in their area. Because, like Craig, if I can get my hands on 3 or 4 cases of the hobby box, I would pretty much, like, I would say to you and Nate, I'd be like, however, how much it costs for the box and the shipping, I will send to you guys. So instead of me buying 3 cases, I would buy a 4th case, because I know that I'm sending like 5 or 6 to you guys at the same cost. But people in the community really need to like talk to each other, because there's going to be some states that get a good amount of inventory, and if people can talk, like, we can get these in the right people's hands for not a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like, I don't want to be paying, you know, like the prices that you're seeing on eBay already, like $250 to $350 a box for a $99 box. You know, I think, and you would have probably seen my comments on some of VeeFriends' posts and some community members' posts the other day, saying that the reason Gary did a deal with Topps Chrome and priced these at $99 is to onboard as many people into the VeeFriends ecosystem as he can at a retail price point that's affordable to get children into the ecosystem. Now, if people are going to go and buy these, and even the Sorgies and the Pokey Scoots and, you know, the Savvies and all these people, if you're going to go and buy boxes and then put them on eBay to double your money at $200, $250, $300 a box, you're interfering with Gary's vision here. You're interfering with what Gary wanted for the Topps Chrome collection. You know, I'm not saying don't do it. It's, if you want to make money, go for it. It's not how I would operate, because I have that intellectual property and that marketing background, and I value Gary's vision and his purpose more than I value making money off Gary's IP. So I think that, you know, I don't begrudge anybody making a dollar, right? If you buy a box for 99 and you want to sell it for 199, go for it. But in my eyes, don't say you're a supporter of the VeeFriends brand and the VeeFriends intellectual property, because you're going against his vision and his purpose of why he created Topps Chrome.
Do you think, what do you think, like, if they did the pre-sale, $99, and, you know, you're a long-time community member, investor, like, people were getting upset because the price went up, but in hindsight, that is a good thing for the growth of this business, and the cards haven't even hit the shelves.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's people out here already that are, you know, that scored them, and you know, in the lottery, that the raffle that they ran the other day, you know, got 2 boxes, and instantly listed them on eBay for double the price. You know, to me, that's what I'm saying about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about. Goes against the purpose and the vision. No, Brett, what's up?
Neighbours came around today.
From across the road?
Yeah.
For?
To bring us some chocolate.
Why?
To say thank you.
I didn't have to do that.
And she gave me her number because she wants you to send her the photo. She's got a restraining order.
Okay.
And she said that he's over there right now. Well, she said that he was coming around at 6ish to have a family meeting. She's not going to be there. So if we hear any yelling or screaming or banging,
right,
we'll at least
okay.
Call her.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you her number?
Send it to me.
Okay.
And I'll send it. What are you having for dinner?
I had cash not long ago.
Oh, just take care of yourself, right?
Josh got food like 3 o'clock, so and like.
Oh, see that, Brett? This is my children. They just look after themselves. Don't care about Dad. Dad means nothing.
You know what? You're the one that's supposed to be feeding us.
Oh,
Father.
I'm the father. I'm supposed to be feeding them bread, apparently.
You are.
Anyway, I love you,
I'm
babe.
so interested in these cards to see if I end up getting one pristine.
Which one is it?
I'm
Oh,
I
any
don't care what
pristine.
it is. I'm just
Any
interested to
pristine. Yeah,
find
right.
out.
Yeah.
Here, look at this. This is quite interesting.
I don't have a pristine yet.
These are my first cores that I'm looking at, and you know, this is my first time looking at cards and figuring out which ones I don't want to get graded and which ones I do. So these are the first cores that I'm looking at, and I got a 10. I got a 10, and I got a 10 on
Nice.
these. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
And I like that character. And then there's another 10. Oh, he left me. Oh, no. I got you. I got you.
I don't know what happened then.
If I'm not looking at the chat because I'm not that talented yet. If you do hear from Nate and he wants to jump on, please just send him the
Yeah,
link.
I think he's what's it now? It's 9:30 where he is, and he's been at the theme park with his kids today, so he's probably in better sleep by now.
Is he in his new house yet?
No. So he just bought the block of land. So they haven't built yet. So it'll take a year to build the house. And then.
So what was he painting like a few weeks ago?
So he's still in his house.
Oh, so he's trying to fix his old place up.
He's fixing his old place up to put it on the market to sell
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah,
but
makes
he's bought his block of land for the new house. He's picked out his plans for the house that they want to build. Now they're just trying to work with the finance people, the banks and stuff, to say how do we structure this loan setup so that we can build our house while we still live in this house, and then not sell this house until that one's ready, so that we can transition. Otherwise, if we sell this now and that one's going to take a year to build, where do we live for the next year? You know, so they're in that process now of working out.
The good thing is that Nate is creating his problems, and I get upset when people talk about their problems, and you can ask them 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and they're still thinking about the same problems. And so Nate creates problems for himself, so he doesn't have to think about the little problems that we all kind of have. So every time, like, you know, he's all frustrated and stuff, I'm just like, good dude, like, I'm happy you're creating your problems than just like sitting around, like doing nothing about it, you know?
Yeah, he's trying to get stuff sorted so that he can get on with his life after all that bullshit that he went through with his court case and things like that, you know?
Yeah. Do you guys think that you have like a really good understanding of importing, exporting, like just hobby cards or, you know, sports cards to and from, like down to a T. But sometimes I know customs will just decide to open up a package type of a
Yeah,
thing.
they do. They do it
Yeah.
randomly here. It's random, yep. I've had two VeeFriends packages opened by customs randomly, and then they put a little note inside it when they send it to you saying this package was open for inspection. It's a random thing. It's just like when you work on a mine site, you get random drug testing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just random. So they just
your cards should definitely, once it's done, there should be a few places a year that, you know, even Gary sends you a plane ticket, you bring the cards, you set them up on a wall, and you let people see them. But then think about this, Craig, like you can't sell them, but what if you auctioned the whole series off to raise money for a nonprofit that you really believe in?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd give it to Dom, from Hype Foundation.
Yeah, like a black tie event, you know what I mean? And like you would get people, I know, that would be over six figures to buy that whole collection, dude.
And if we get Gary to sign a few of them, it would be even more valuable. Like I made one for Gary himself, which is it's a like a booklet style one. It's long, it's like this. It's the long booklet style like this.
Yep.
And it's just got it's got him in the middle doing his fives with his hands, and then it's got all the characters in the background. But it's got the VeeFriends logo across the top in like a cutout in a glitter foam across the back. It looks really cool. So I've got that in a box here that I've got to send next week to the New York office because I made a custom card for Jeremy and a custom card for Corso, Connor, Courtney, Liam, Gary, and Andy. So they've got a custom card each in there of their favourite character.
Yeah, and there's only like a handful of like you guys that do like the custom work, and what I like about it is like Dirt Dog does it and stuff. Like your cards look completely different.
Everyone's do. Yeah, everyone does something unique.
I know.
I've got three of Dirt Dog's cards. I've got a burglar, I've got a kangaroo, and I've got a Gary B that Dirt Dog did for me. Then I've got my custom cards, and then you've got, Anne Bag making custom earrings, and you've got, Michelle making custom paintings, and, you've got Steve doing the wood carvings.
I know he's been doing those wood carvings forever.
Oh man, he's just finished my Gary B one. So, and now you've got young Destiny. I don't know if you've met Destiny yet. Do you know Plush Garden? You would have seen Plush Garden. Yeah, so Plush Garden's sister Destiny is now active in VeeFriends as well, and she's an artist. She does painting, so she's done some really good painting. She did a really cool Jolly Jacko the other day for Jolly Jacko. And she's doing me a Gary B one, just on a canvas, So, there's so many talented people in this community, and then you got all those artists like Sabet and them that have done all the sketch cards.
But as we know, talent is a big element. Let's just say your talents are an A+, but your your skills in just getting yourself out there in your stuff is, you know, kind of like a B. And then you grab somebody that's a B or a B plus as an artist, but they just put themselves out there a little bit more. You know, the best artist never wins any type
Yeah,
of
look at this one.
competition. Those are sick.
I just did these ones, yeah.
Those are real sick.
So, and then I've got this. I did this one the other day. This is on clear acetate paper, so you can't really see it until you're holding it up close. But if I put that behind it, you can see that they're like Gary B.
Yeah.
But it's on clear acetate, so you see through it. You know. So
Where is how did things go with the Meta Rides NFT drop, and like where do you think things are at, that if you ended up having a Meta Ride NFT and within the metaverse you wanted to get your vehicle wrapped, so you end up building a relationship with VeeFriends in, like, you know, 2 or 3 years, so that people can buy wraps
Mm-hmm.
put on a vehicle that they already bought from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So
do you see that at some point on the horizon happening?
yeah, it's already happening. We've already built a generator, so we've got a vehicle generator that's inside of our racing game, and so what happens is you can upload your own logo or design into the generator, and it will wrap your vehicle in that design. But in terms of what we want to do is we want to partner with VeeFriends at some point. So we want to have a partnership with them where we create them a bunch of assets that they can sell, or we sell on their behalf and profit share on them, that are VeeFriends branded vehicles, race vehicles. So VeeFriends can have their own race team in our ecosystem in our game, but then those vehicles can be taken outside of the racing game and driven inside a metaverse world. So if you were to mint, you know, let's say Meta Rides partners with VeeFriends and we drop a 10,000 piece collection of branded VeeFriends vehicles that are wrapped. If you were lucky enough to mint one, then you can drive that in our race game and represent VeeFriends, and, you know, earn points towards the VeeFriends race team. And every month there's awards
I'm more
given out.
interested to see different NFT projects race against each other.
That's what we've got, yeah.
With Meta Rides.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the whole essence. So, like, we've now got Star Dogs and Road Bunnies, who are the first two. And the Road Bunnies collection was supposed to mint yesterday, but we had
that was a huge step.
Well, we had an issue with the wallet integration, so it's been postponed till after Easter. But so what the whole idea is that you can go into the game and you can race against VeeFriends, you can race against Pudgy Penguins, you can race against the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, and then there's a leaderboard that goes every month, and you earn points towards your race team, whoever you're representing. But then we're going to have like Friday night race nights where it's just VeeFriends versus Pudgy Penguins, and if you're a holder of either of those vehicles, then you can come in and represent your team. But you know, we're also doing it for blockchain. So we've got a blockchain event coming up when our game is launched that, you know, we've got 11 of the blockchains already involved in, and they will have their own custom vehicles. So you'll have Solana, you'll have Magic Eden, you'll have Bitcoin, you'll have Axion, you'll have, you know, a few other brands that will have their own race teams on that night. And then we've got another one in about 3 months after that, which is a token night. So we'll have the teams so the tokens, like a Brett Gold token or a Bunny token or an income token, the people that have their own tokens as part of their project, there'll be a token night where you.
What if you want to invest in MetaRide's NFTs so that when more NFT companies like jump on board and you end up having like the Daytona 500 of NFT projects once a year, like the Super Bowl, and you've got the best freaking gamers behind the vehicles with the NFT characters on them? Like, does it make sense for VeeFriends community members to invest in a MetaRides NFT today so that when you do end up putting together, an actual deal with VeeFriends, that it's not going to be as expensive? And that's for all NFT groups. You know what I mean? Is there a way that they can invest today and save themselves money once you guys build like a licensing deal or a partner deal?
Yeah, it's not about saving money. It's about access, right? So what will happen is, because a lot of the brands like VeeFriends and Pudgy Penguins and those, they'll want to set the price for their collectibles. So we have our price set for our vehicles at $49 because that's taking into account developer cost, integration into the gaming and all over a certain number in a collection. So, but if Gary Vaynerchuk or Luca Netz from Pudgy Penguin was to turn around and say, we believe our community would pay $79 for those, and we think we can sell the collection at $79 each instead of your $49, then the price will change, So, but what it does is it's about, if you hold something that's already been created, it'll be more about VIP priority access. Like we have pit passes, right, which are our VIP memberships, which give. So if you were an early adopter and you purchase those pit passes, you will get airdrops, exclusive pit pass airdrops every year, based on the level, because we've got bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and legendary. So based on what level of pit pass you own and hold, you'll get a vehicle at those levels. So you'll get a bronze level, a silver level, or a gold or a diamond level airdrop every year, just for holding that pit pass. And then what you'll also get, like exclusive access in the Discord to limited edition drops, to merchandise, to things like VeeFriends do. If you're a holder of, a gift goat, you get access to those. If you're a holder of a spec, you get access to, the launch of Topps Chrome, So it'll be similar to that, where if you hold certain assets, you'll get priority access to things.
Do you think that there's at least a 50-50 shot that within the next year that you could be coming to the US for some sort of a MetaRides?
Yeah, I hope so.
Because like that, for me, is a little bit more of a selling point where like I want to support MetaRides. I think that their vision's good. I know it's going to take some time, but like, if I know that I'm going to get access to like see you when you come in for certain events, like I would just be like, well, this is great because they're doing this thing in Vegas. Craig's going to be there. So I'm going to go so I can shoot the shit with them.
Yeah, so it'll be similar to that. So you'll get, we'll have opportunities for holders to get exclusive benefits when we do real life events.
That one's good. The
What's that
competitive
one?
clown 10.
Oh yeah. Did I show you the competitive clown I made, the custom one?
Yeah, when you put the real juggling balls on it.
Yeah, the real juggling balls. Yeah.
What did you Oh wow, I got two of them 10s. What did you end up using to make those balls? Because when I saw it, I actually wanted to ask you.
I bought. They're actually resin, coloured resin balls. So you can buy them like that.
Yeah.
And they just come in, a bundle of like 100 in a bag, and they're all assorted sizes and assorted colours. So I just bought a bag of them and picked out one of each of the colours that matched the clown colours, and did it like that. So turned out very good. The clown, I like it.
Oh yeah, that one is.
And then I did this one. This is for Destiny. That's her alien.
Oh, nice.
That glows in the dark, and that's the actual alien pin in that card. And then I made these two for DJ Kaufman, which are the comic book theme. So that one, and then his one with all his comic books behind.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, so that's for DJ. And this is the other one. This is the brick by brick for DJ. That's from the launch of the very first newspaper article.
Has DJ already seen them?
Yeah, he's seen them, yeah.
Oh wow.
So I got to send them to him. And then this is the one I made for Jeremy, which has got the Heart Trooper pin in it.
Yeah. That's
so
nice.
That's going to Jeremy.
Subtle. Like you went with that red, and I don't think a lot of people would have had the kahunas to do it, and it looks so freaking sharp.
Yeah, it does. It turned out very well, that.
Yeah.
And then in the background, all of that in the background is like floating love hearts.
Like I just think that like if I had a pin or a character and I had pins, I see so many people take pins and like they put them on like these cardboard boxes and these binders.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I really love the pin and I love the character, I would totally want it to be encapsulated in something like you're doing. Now, sometimes do you have to grind off the back end of the pin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I cut it off with my snips, and then I grind it flat with do you guys have Dremel over there, like a little grinding machine called a Dremel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I grind the pin down to just so it's not flat. It's just got a little bubble, so it stays a little bit off the card. But yeah, so I grind them as much as I can to get the pin off the back.
What have you thought about anything that you want to do with the backs of the black cat? Because you probably have like a handful of them.
I've got heaps of them. Yeah, I haven't even thought about what to do with those because they're just sitting in my drawer here.
The day will happen that the idea will come into your head, and you've already got the material to do it.
Look, I've got heaps of them sitting right here.
Yeah, those things those are the things. That's the sweet spot of VeeFriends. Like they just seem to do the best job of.
It's the details.
It's great. Like the
sweatpants. The detail. It's like even on the back of their pins, to have VeeFriends printed all over as their logo on the back of the actual pin. It's in the details, it's like if you look at the back of the pins, like the logos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The detail.
Unbelievable.
It is the detail. So yeah, it's very impressive how they put it all together. It's they definitely, he's a marketing genius. I followed him.
I followed him for 15 years, you know, well before VeeFriends was even a thing. So
I just think he's so in tune, you know, with the environment, but with himself.
yep, I agree.
That he's moving so fast that even if an idea that he came up with, that he started to go in a direction, you wouldn't even know that it didn't work out the way it was supposed to because he's moving so freaking fast.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, he's on it. He's definitely on it. And he's always thinking, you know, 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, that's kind of how my head works too, but I didn't know that, or I didn't have the patience until I started really listening to Gary's stuff, that you don't want to think in the past and you don't want to think too far forward, but there has to be some forward thinking. I mean, these sweet spot cards, Craig, I still have like 12 left, and I'm going to bring them to nationals and get rid of them. And then Labor Day weekend, I'm going to give away the 5 free Series 2 boxes. But every so often, somebody like takes a picture of the card, and like I'm scrolling, and it just pops up. And you go, you know what? I feel so good about putting in all that energy because it's a thank you that like keeps thanking you. You know, you're having a bad day, and I'm sure you've seen your card pop up somewhere, and you go, I needed that today.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I do it all the time, you know, like I sent Carly and her daughter. They were the first 2 cards that I ever made. So Carly got a gift code, and I'd made myself a Gary B, and her daughter is a fan of Gary B, and she just fell in love with my Gary B card that I made. So I sent it to her. I had no intention of. I was going to keep it for myself, but knowing, you know, she had a young 12-year-old girl who was getting excited about VeeFriends and really wanted that custom Gary B card, I had to send it to her. So they were the first 2 that ever received a custom card from me, and she constantly posts about it. You know, every time I go into Josh Courage or Cool Guy to Know or the Tabs streams, you know, they're constantly holding up the one that I sent them saying, if you haven't checked out Craig's cards, you know, this is what he made for me, that kind of thing. And so
have you made not ruined an epic card, but have you made any character kind of an epic? Like, have you used that green
no,
any character?
no. The only thing I've done is a green on one of the black cats that I made here. I used a green background behind that cat.
Yeah.
But the green, like, I mean, I've done a couple of like, because my friend has a sticker business, and he can make me stickers. So he's printed me, you know, stickers that say 1 of 1 spectacular, you know, and they're on a clear sticker sheet, and they're in gold, so I can just peel them off and stick them on, and you don't see the clear sticker, you just see the text. And I stick those on the back of some of the cards, not all of them, but some of the cards that really stand out to me as, you know, being a really exceptional card. I would stick it on. So like this, I would stick it on this one because this one turned out so good, the Erupt.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I freaking love that card, but like when I look at it, like I'm like, Craig did that like real quick, and he had so much fun because that's like a really fun card.
It is a fun card, yeah.
Yeah. So here's my Gary B's that are graded, Craig. I got
Oh,
a
yeah.
8.5 core. I got a 9 core. I got my 10 core.
Nice. I don't have a 10 yet.
Yeah, and then I got the 9. You know, I don't even have here. I got another 9 of the Gary B. I don't have. Wait. Oh, here's my first pristine.
Oh, there you go. You got one.
Swaggy Sea Lion.
That's not a bad pristine. See,
No.
I've got an 8.5 Gary B. I've got a 9 Gary B. I've got a 9 Gary B. I've got a 9.5 Gary B. I don't have a 10 yet, but I have got this one, the authentic autograph one.
Oh well, you know what I'll do is that I'll keep an eye out for a 10.
Yeah, I need a 10.
If I had 2 10s, I would send you one. But
Of course, I know you would.
But now that I know that you don't have a 10, when I go to some of these card events this year, I'll try and grab you one because. But I'm like, does it make sense to go to Craig and be like, I found you a 10 Gary B, and you know, hopefully I work something out with somebody where I can do a trade with it. But like, if you're gonna spend the money on a 10 and you really love the character, it's like, do you want the 10 or do we wait and find you a pristine? Because at the end of the day, you don't have a 10. So if you can get a pristine right now.
Yeah. Like any 10. Like
Yeah.
even yeah. Because pristine, I think there's only ever been 2 Gary B's graded pristine from CGC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then they're few and far between.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've called, I mean, I'm in Boston, which is, a big market. And I went onto the top site and they had 6 card stores that were on their site. And I called all 5 of them, and 2 of them were like, yeah, we're going to get cards. We don't know how many. Your best bet is to call us like a week before May 7th. We can kind of let you know. But the other 3 card companies on the top site were just like, no. And I'm like, okay, even if you don't buy the cards, why aren't the person that's answering the phone doing their dual, like just asking me questions on why I should get the card? Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're just like, no, see you later, bye. And I'm like, look to have a card shop, there's not many margins, and you really have to love it. And I'm like,
Yeah, I rang or email contacted about 30 card shops in Australia. 27 of them said, "What's VeeFriends?" One of them said, "Most likely," and that was the one who's the Australian agent for the Kangaroo Super Sticker. And the other 2 said, "We would like to get them. We know what VeeFriends is, but we just don't see the demand for them in Australia, and we don't think that taking up our, shelf space and our money with VeeFriends is going to be a worthwhile investment for our business."
Have you opened up, or has Nate opened up a Series 1 box? No. Do you think there's a Series 1 box that has actually landed in Australia?
There's a few people who have got them because they were Series 1 holders from the beginning.
Yeah. I've never opened up a series one, but I'm trying to find one because
I don't even have a Series 1 card. Not
you
even
don't
one.
even have one.
Nope. Not even a core. Not one core Series 1 card.
Do you even know what a core Gary B Series 1 card goes for?
Yeah, I've looked them up, but there's none for sale. No one wants to sell them. So, like the last one that sold on eBay went for, I can't remember, it was about $600. But that was like a year and a half ago. And there hasn't been another Gary B core for sale. And I've put a thing in the marketplace in the Discord saying, a couple of times saying, if anyone's got a core Gary B Series 1, let me know. And people come in saying, good luck finding one of those. The ones who have got them don't want to sell them,
So if you had $10,000, if you had $20,000 right now, you have to spend it on VeeFriends, and it can't be for an NFT, but you have to spend it. Where do you think you would take your $20,000?
But you can't spend it on an NFT.
No.
I would be buying probably one of each of the tier 1s that I need to finish my set.
Yeah.
So that I've got a complete set, including all tier 1s. And then I would be buying. I would probably buy some Topps Chrome, obviously, that I'm going to store, that I'm going to put aside and not open, but I'm going to buy some to open as well.
Maybe one of those sapphire boxes.
Yeah, and then I'd be buying, depending
I'd
on
love
how
to
much.
watch you and Nate split a sapphire box at some point.
That'd be good. Yeah,
that would be great.
hopefully one day. And then I'd probably buy, 5 or 6 Series 2 boxes, and I think let's say 10 Series 1 core tier 1, 10 tier 1 core cards is probably going to set you back
Would you take
$5,000.
Yeah, would you take, so you have 20,000, would you take 5,000 of that money and buy a 101 Gary B Series 1? Or would you be more diverse in?
I'd probably be more diverse and spread it across Series 1, Series 2, but I would still get a Series 1 Gary B, but it would probably be a core or a rare. I don't think I'd, put in, $5,000 for a 1 of 1. But I'd probably get, a core and a rare, because you'd pick them both up for, probably $1,500, $2,000 for both.
It was a 10 card.
And then I'd probably put 5,000 into Topps Chrome.
Yeah.
And open 2,500 worth and keep 2,500 worth in storage. And then, 3 or 4, maybe 5 Series 2 boxes. That's another $2,000 roughly. And then,
what other things other than VeeFriends cards do you enjoy ripping or?
Just baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, baseball.
What's your favorite manufacturer and year? If you could open up one sealed box of baseball.
It would have to be. I would say it would have to be 2000. It'd be 2000, the year 2000, and it would be. Oh,
I used to love Stadium Club, but they never really.
yeah, they didn't do much after like the mid 90s.
Yeah.
But in 2000, because the Yankees won in 99, they won the World Series. So the 2000 set was that celebratory, year 2000 Y2K Yankees championship, World Series champions. Insert cards were in all of the 2000 sets. So it would be Donruss or Topps.
I love
2000.
Don Russ.
Donruss have got some really good insert cards.
How are they doing these days in regards to like their competitors like Upper Deck and Don Russ? Like they were the first two to give Top a run for their money.
Yep.
But I don't really play in that world anymore. So like
They're not. Neither of them are big anymore. Upper Deck still launches every year. So did Donruss, but Donruss have got the Optic now, which is their version of the Chrome, Topps Chrome, which is very successful for them. They sell a lot of that product, but there's nothing that compares to Topps Chrome. Even in baseball, in NFL, in ice hockey, in anything that Topps Chrome do, it's like the elitist of the card collection.
What was the first? Do you know what was the first sport that was Topps Chrome, and like around what year did they release Topps Chrome?
I have no idea.
Because it's definitely, is it in like the 2010 or was it in 2000 was there Topps Chrome?
I think in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 2000 when the Yankees, because like I said, the Yankees won the World Series in '99, and then the next year was all the Yankees celebratory things. But I don't think Topps Chrome was around then. I think Topps were around, but not the Chrome. And you had Upper Deck, you had Donruss, and then now you've got Allen and Ginter.
Who's your favorite baseball player of all time? Who's your Gary B of baseball?
It would have to be Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Have to be Derek Jeter. But like I've got two friends that played Major League. I've got several friends that played Major League Baseball, but I've got two friends that played and had really long careers. One is still playing now, and two have retired. So one of my good friends won 3 World Series rings with the Yankees. So I collect a lot of his stuff when I can get it. And his name is Graham Lloyd. He was a pitcher for the Yankees.
Derek is, I'm a Red Sox fan, but when I think baseball, yeah, Derek Jeter's name, comes up. He's a baseball player, man.
He's synonymous with the word baseball. You think baseball, you think Jeter, you think Ruth, you think Mantle, you think Ortiz, you think, Mike Trout, you think Ohtani and, Bryce Harper and Jackie Robinson. The names are synonymous with baseball. Wade Boggs, these guys. Speaking of Wade Boggs, see this? Look.
Oh, nice.
So
Wade Boggs.
So my business partner in Boston, Hermie, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Well, that's his best friend. They're best. Him and Wade Boggs are best friends. They went to school together.
Oh, you know what? I do remember seeing
Yeah.
a couple of pictures of the two of them together, and I didn't know why.
Yeah. So they're best mates. They've been best mates since they were like 10 years old. You know,
How did you meet Mike, anyways?
just through the Web3, just doing Twitter Spaces and talking with other people, and we were both involved in in the marketing division of a metaverse project, and we saw an opportunity to build MetaRides. So we came together, and MetaRides was born.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what first got me is I really liked the colors and your logo. And I would just be like, oh, you know, this is a Boston-based company. I don't have the bandwidth to learn about NFTs, but if someone said, hey, what do you know about NFTs? And I'd be like, not much, but there is this company called MetaRides just because of their logo and the colors.
So we don't even call them NFTs at MetaRides. We call all of our assets digital collectibles.
How often
But they're NFTs.
How often, like, do you guys have meetings with, you know, and I hate to say this in the Web3 space, like NFT project executives, because it's kind of not like that. But like, how often each year do you get to have like a 45, 60-minute conversation with, you know, these players? Like Good Vibes Club is doing a lot of great stuff. And I could totally see, you know, those racers and those guys being in your vehicles like you're doing with the bunnies, you know?
See, the hardest thing is when people go from zero to something like the Good Vibes Club did. They went from having nothing except a collection of NFTs that they was pumping up to mint, to selling it out and making millions of dollars, right? When people in the Web3 space go from zero to hero, let's say zero to hero, they don't want to talk to other people. Right?
Yeah.
So like, it took me over a year to get on a call with Gary Vee the first time. By constantly being in his face, by constantly being present, by constantly, helping with the VeeFriends brand and getting a name for myself so that I was recognized before I got that opportunity to be on a call with Gary. We've had calls with many different brands that back in the day when in 2021 when NFTs were selling for $1 million, Bored Apes were selling for $1 million. You couldn't get near the founders of Bored Apes. You couldn't get near the founders of Azuki. You couldn't get near the founders of Crypto Chicks. All of these big brands, World of Women, and they just don't want to communicate. Like, they're very bad at communicating. And I always say to people, and I reached out to all of these people, by the way. I've reached out to the founders of Bored Apes. I've reached out to Crypto Chicks, which I've built a relationship with them. So there potentially might be something with Crypto Chicks in the future. But I always say now, don't come to me in the future when I've got something you want, when you weren't there for me, when I needed you.
I don't understand why every NFT project would not give you 1 hour every 365 days. And it has nothing to do with selling. It's just you talking about the progression of the business and them talking to you about where they're at like just one for an hour.
Some of them won't give you 1 hour every 5 years. I've been in Web3 for 5 years now, and I've never got an hour with Bored Apes. I've never got an hour with World of Women. I've never got an hour with Pudgy Penguins. Good Vibes Club. If I reached out to Good Vibes Club today and sent a message, I guarantee you I wouldn't even get a reply. They wouldn't even take the time and have the courtesy to reply with "not interested." They just wouldn't reply, because that's what happens.
I think you're going about it wrong, Craig, because I think that you know enough people that have a closer relationship with a lot of NFT projects
Oh,
than
yeah.
you do. And the only reason for that is that you're one person and you only have so much time. But
I
if you get on a
utilize.
phone call with them, they're going to, if they're good people, it's the same reason Gary will sit there and listen to you. You know,
Yeah.
he like meta rides, but he actually likes to sit and hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I utilize the people that I'm connected to say, if you have a connection to any founders or executives in any other NFT projects or any other Web3 brands, then connect me. Put me in touch. Send a group DM on Twitter that says, this is Brett. I want to introduce Craig from MetaRides to you, because I believe there's some synergies here where MetaRides can bring Good Vibes Club into the metaverse and gaming sector, and
What
things
about
like that.
what about meta rides' competition in the meta auto world? Like, are there other people that they just have better relationships with, that
There
if
is,
they
yeah.
end up going in your direction, they want to help out their friend first?
It's not better people that that are out there. It's connections, right? So, for example,
Right.
Lamborghini have just done a deal with the Motorverse, which is a metaverse based around motorsport and motor racing, where they have games integrated, and they have, but that's owned by the second biggest gaming company in the world, Animoca Brands. So we've been in discussions with Animoca Brands for almost 2 years. We are partnering with that Motorverse project. So our MetaRides racing game will be inside the Motorverse. So that means that Lamborghinis will be able to, that they've done a partnership, their Lamborghinis will be able to race in our game. And our vehicles will be able to race in Lamborghini's game. So, there's all things that are happening behind the scenes. And big companies are still afraid of Web3, right? They're afraid of that, the whole digital immersive experience, like Ford, Toyota, all of these big vehicle companies are still getting their head around what Web3 is and what the metaverse and these immersive experiences with VR, AR, IR, all the different things are going to be, and how it will affect their business.
This could change because money does
it'll
make
change.
people do certain things, but the Web3 space, and I don't know a lot about it, but what I do know is that if it comes down to somebody else in the Web3 space, especially an artist, they would want to work with them than working with somebody that's more of a corporation and just
Absolutely.
trying to get into the Web3 space.
Absolutely, yes, 100%. And we've got a lot of those connections, like with the musicians in our vehicles through MetaRides Radio. A lot of the Web3 musicians want to utilize our platform because they don't have to pay royalties to a Spotify. They don't have to pay royalties to, a record label. They can get into the music sector without, losing 40, 50, 60% of their revenue to a Sony or a Warner Brothers. I think we're going to get to a point over the next 10 years where it's easier to monetize in Web3 because you don't have all that royalty-based greed, that you see in the music and entertainment industry now. Like Darcy Donovan, the actress who's on our advisory board, she's building an entertainment side of Web3, where they're going to be creating and producing movies, but the Web3 community are going to be the stars of those movies. So she's going to have some big name actors, like the one she's doing right now has got Will Ferrell in it, because she's very good friends with Will Ferrell. But a lot of the other people that are in there as support are all from her Web3 community that she's given acting roles to, you know. So there's a whole lot of things that are going to change in the Web3 space over the next 10 years, where these corporations are going to need to get involved. But in saying that, I don't know if you know this, but of the Fortune 500 companies, so the top 500 companies listed in the world by Fortune 500, 83% of them have already filed patents for metaverse and digital assets. So of the 500 Fortune 500 companies, 430 of them have already got patents and trademarks filed for metaverse and digital assets. So they all plan to be here at some point. They just haven't worked out how they want to get in and what they want to do in Web3, you know?
I mean, I can just, you know, I can just see, like, if I wanted to get some advertisement, I mean, my LLC is called Eighth Place, okay? And so if you came to me and you said, hey, Brett, we are grabbing like 1,000 different people just like yourself that have a startup, that we're going to give each person a car, they pay us $100, and there's going to be this whole metaverse racing, you know what I mean? And I see Cactus Cards racing next to me, or he's racing in another heap, and you're getting advertisement from all these small companies that are actually part of bigger NFT companies. But I mean, I would go on there just to see my friends just race, because I would find it exciting.
And that's what it's going to get to when we get the custom generator done, and you're going to be able to create your own vehicles at some point in the future. But the problem we have now is what it costs. You can imagine what it costs for a developer to create a vehicle if somebody wanted a specific vehicle. So if you wanted your own custom built supercar for your brand, that's vinyl wrapped in your branding and everything, the cost to do that is $15,000 to $20,000 to make a car from scratch, right? With all that, with everything. So
wait, making a car from scratch and getting it into the metaverse is about $20,000.
yes.
Okay.
So
and
that's why
you have shortened the amount of time it takes you over the years to get it into the metaverse.
Yeah.
But it's still $20,000.
Yeah. So to create the asset from scratch, to have a developer sit at a computer, draw it, design it, build it, because it's not just about designing the vehicle. It's about things like, and this is what people don't understand when you're building a 3D digital asset it's a drivable asset in the metaverse, is you have to think about when your avatar's sitting in the driver's seat and holding the steering wheel, what does he see out the windscreen? What does he see out the right window? What does he see out the left window? How does the car move over the road with shock absorbers? How does it change gears? You know, how do you accelerate? How do you brake? So there's all these things. That's called the rigging and animating of the vehicle. The rigging and the animating of the vehicle cost so much more than actually creating the vehicle. So how does your avatar get in the vehicle? Can he just walk up and automatically spawn in, or does he have to open a door? If he has to open a door, how does the door open? You know, things like that. So there's so many things that you have to take into consideration when you're building a 3D asset that take time, that take money, that so for example, if we built Gary V a custom built vehicle that we were going to brand for VeeFriends, it's $20,000 if it's custom built from scratch to his specifications, right? Then you've got to think, how many of them do we need to sell to break even, at what price?
Right.
So it would become to generate 20,000 to break even, right? If it's a 10,000 piece collection, it's only $2 a car.
Yep.
Right. But then if you want it to be profitable, how much are you going to sell that for so you can make some money? You know, if it's only a 5,000 piece collection that you're going to generate, then the cost doubles, because you still have the 20,000 cost, but it's only spread over 5,000 vehicles now, not 10. So, and then you have to also think, if you launch a 10,000 piece collection, what happens if it doesn't sell out?
Right.
You know? So you have to take all that into consideration. What is your minimum number of vehicles you have to sell at a price to break even, to get your money back? And then everything you sell above that is your profit, you know? So, for example, if we said...
How does Meta Rides, like make the Kentucky Derby of car racing in the metaverse once a year, so that, like, even if you're not into the metaverse in racing, it's still like an event that you want to attend once a year?
Yeah, that's our plan. So that's our plan. So we plan to have...
There's a way that there can be, you know, a gambling component of it, but it's more about trying to find a really good gamer and bringing him into your community.
Yeah.
And having him race your logo.
Yeah, so we've got a few gamers that are aligned with us, that are, you know, relatively big gamers, that when our game goes live and we have access for everybody, they will stream our game so that people see them playing the game to their 2 million followers. You know, we've got some musicians lined up. I can't say who they are at the moment,
Sure.
but they're big name musicians. You know, one of them's got 47 million followers across his social media platforms, who wants to get into Web3 and bring his music into Web3 through what we're doing with Meta Rides Radio and our vehicles. So if we can get it, it was supposed to happen for the Super Bowl just gone, but subject to, you know, different things, it couldn't happen.
Look at this, Craig. A pristine astronaut.
Is it an astronaut, or in Australia?
Yeah.
Astronaut. Yeah,
Astronaut.
That's nice. That's very
Pristine.
nice card. Very nice card. That's a value on that.
I know. I'm gonna. If Nate doesn't have a pristine, boy, I'm gonna make him bleed to get this one from him.
I think he's got one.
Oh, good. I always wonder too, like, if, like, I don't understand the grades and paying a company to do your cards, print them. I almost feel like they wanted to, like, do it the least expensive way, you know, because they wanted to get the company up and running. That, like, so many of these cards are, like, so off center,
Brother.
that it's like, I just think that they kind of knew what they were paying for, and I think it makes it a better hunt.
I've opened one box, right, in my entire life. One full box of Series 2 cards, right?
One?
That's it. I've opened one box.
Yeah.
A sealed box. Now, every single card, there was 52 cards in the pack, right? So there was 49 core cards, and every single one of them was cut off center, like terribly cut off center. Not a couple. 49 core cards were all cut off center. Here, I'll get it and show you.
Wasn't that like in the last like 3 or 4 months?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got it right here because VeeFriends sent me compensation for it. When they saw it, they were like, holy shit. But if you look at this, right, this is all the cards from that box.
Yeah.
Look at that. Every single one of them. Look at the bottom of that spiffy salmon. Look how low it's cut.
Yeah.
You know, look at this one. This is the stingray. Oh no, this is the tarantula. The bottom of it is about 3 millimeters, and the top of it is like 12 millimeters. You know, half an inch. It's crazy.
You'll find a way to use those, which is great.
Well, I'll use these for my custom cards. I'll cut them up, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're useless for anything else. But, you know, when they saw my post about that, Liam reached out to me straight away and he said, we've got to fix that. That's terrible. So they sent me...
be pretty funny, Craig. I could actually see you if you had a set of Series 2 cards, cores, all in slabs, but it's all the worst.
Oh yeah,
ratings. Like you have like 251 of all the worst rated cards in one set. Like,
Nathan and I talked about that, about having a set that VeeFriends should have. What did we call it? We called it I can't remember what it was. It was like a mangled set or a something, you know, like not the manga, the mangled set, you know, where you had a full set of shitty cards. So it was pretty. But they sent me. I haven't received it yet because it's still sitting at my ship my cards depot waiting to be sent here. But they sent me as replacement. Munted. Nathan's watching. He's watching us.
he is?
Yeah, well, he just sent me a message saying munted, so he's listening. Come and jump in. Do you want the link, Nath?
Yeah, if you can send him the link, I'd love him to jump in.
Do you want the link? Do you want to jump in for a minute, brother? He's sending me a message. Sure, he said. Hang on, let me just send him the link here. He sees everything, he said. He's so funny. He's so funny. He just sent me a message saying, I see everything.
Oh my god,
he is hilarious. Hold on. He's in the gym. Yeah, he's a one of a kind, that's for sure. Let me just.
Craig, do you have any background story on when Pokemon? How long it took Pokemon to like kind of happen?
Yeah, 10 years. So they launched globally. They launched in 1986 with their cartoons, because it started as a cartoon animation that he like comic books for his son, and then he went into like animated short films like the YouTube things, and then the Pokemon Go app on your phone, the game, didn't launch until 1996, and then so that launched in 1996, and it wasn't until Cunty from Oz.
He's on a treadmill.
He's on a treadmill, or he's doing something, or he's doing something.
I think he's on like level 2.
I'm on level 3 because it's probably too noisy at 6.
Wow.
I'd be struggling on level 2 right now.
So, I mean, we're talking, these are my 678 cards that I got graded. How many cards do you think you ended up getting graded altogether?
What was that?
From the beginning. How many cards do you think that you got graded? How many VeeFriends cards? Like,
How many cards have you had
400.
graded?
I think it's around 600.
Okay. Yeah, and this is
Yeah.
I did 678, and this is my first time ever putting them in. I mean, I'm happy with most of the scores. I actually ended up getting a pristine an astronaut, your character. Do you have a pristine?
Nope.
Where are you streaming this? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, we're on X, YouTube, and
Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah.
Hi, people. I thought it was just you and I talking. But hello, people. Hello, everyone that's watching.
Yeah, no,
Massive audience.
I needed to.
How many's in the audience? Just you.
Yeah, me.
I
Us
had to
three.
just release this submission, and it's
To see
been
this now.
harping
Did I
on
send
me.
you this?
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, it kind of reminds me when I look at it of The Wizard of Oz, The Yellow Brick Road, and then like Mario Kart. You know, like a combo.
How was your day today, Nate?
Yep.
Was a
Good
day?
mo- Yeah, it was thankful that Karen tagged me out and took Eli for a bit, and I had a bit of time with Jesse because
Are you on a push bike now?
no, dude, I've gone outside. It's too noisy in the gym.
I thought you were sitting on a bike, exercise bike. I was going to say, I hope you left the seat on.
No, the seat was always taken off.
Oh, I thought so.
There's no motivation if you leave the seat on. You don't want to sit down. Get
No,
comfortable.
you got to be riding uphill.
What's the how's the weather been? Because it's been like raining here in Boston the past like 5 days.
Well, he's on the Gold Coast. He's in bloody heaven right now.
No, I'm not, man. Like weather-wise up here, it's nice and warm. It's about 26, 27 up here. Up in
Humid.
Queensland, but it's been raining every day that we've been here, and it only clears up on Thursday once we're home. Of course.
Of course. They make it very humid there. The Gold Coast is humid when it's wet.
It's, man, like,
Awful.
yeah, we were at the water park today, and it was raining virtually all day. And the rain was warmer than what the water was.
Which park we at? Whitewater World or Wet and Wild?
White water.
It's nice. I like it. It's a great park.
I want to go on the the big dropping cone.
Yep. Big
Tube.
green one?
Yeah, that was the
That's
first
so
thing.
good.
We went straight in there, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go and do that."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck, man!" Like, I went down backwards, and the thing was at full vertical. I thought, if he fucking lets go, man, this kid's coming.
Done.
I'll say first straight in my face.
Yep. I remember going on that thing. So good,
Have you-
though.
Nate, have you talked to the guys over at like Cherry to find out like
Every time you speak, Bees, you go to say the important thing, and then the fucking screen drops out on me.
but when do you think that you'll get to see like the first Topps Chrome box in Australia?
2076.
I think we'll see the first edition by the time they drop their 42nd edition.
You don't think that they're already like Topps is gonna ship stuff to Cherry like in the next couple of
We
weeks?
hope so. We hope so.
They were the rumours that we've gotten hold of, but I think VeeFriends would be very smart not to deal with them. That's to put it nicely. We've lost him.
He's gone off to make the coffee.
He's good like that. He'll ask a question and then he just fucking
Yeah,
disappears.
just disappear. Yeah. He's like the Phantom, the ghost that walks.
Can you imagine if one of those bloody Tate, like Oprah or fucking what's her face, DeGeneres does that, ask a question and then just pisses off?
or Gary on Tea with Gary V. This is Tea with V.
Tea with bees.
Tea with V's.
Well,
I'm
we
just
ask
gonna
important questions, but we don't want the fucking answers.
I'm just going to ask you a question. I'm not interested in what you got to answer, but I'm just going to ask it. I'm going to make a coffee.
I'm gonna fuck him.
Quick, grab all his shit while he's gone. Quick.
You know what's amusing? That would actually make a bloody good series.
Oh, it would be hilarious. It's like, what was the I watched a movie one time, and somebody, I can't remember what it was or who the actor's in it, but I remember a scene where the guy asked somebody a question, and as soon as they went to open his mouth, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not interested."
I know what one it is. It was just right on.
I'm trying to think what the movie was. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in what you got to say.
When's the last time, Nate, you and your son did a rip video?
Yeah, I think it was about last month, a month before. I think it might have been.
Well, that's good because I know sometimes you're like, does anybody see my posts? And the reason I
watch
ask
them
is because I just haven't seen one in a while.
I go in and watch.
If you went to me and said, we did one last week, I would be like, all right, well, something's wrong.
No, Jesse's been doing his own thing. He's been doing Fortnite cards now over on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's been posting on there. Does it once a week if he feels like it. If not,
We have to do a Gary B Boy Cunty from Oz join whatnot stream.
you like
The crazy Aussies sell shit, we'll call it.
Well, you'll be allowed to.
Oh my
Crazy
God.
Aussie sell shit.
I've sent them another link, another email this afternoon, and this one was a bit more forward and direct.
Yeah, they're hopeless, man. I can't believe that I got approved before you, and you applied months before me.
I
It's just
applied about
ridiculous.
this time last year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I didn't apply until you told me, like, just before Christmas.
Yep.
And then you were like, oh, yeah, it's going live in January. And here we are, April. I just got my approval. I've got no idea how to use it. No idea how to set up as a seller. I just got approved as a seller.
I've done my verification, everything the other day, and now it's gone back into pending as if it was prior, like I hadn't done any.
Oh, I should check that while I'm... Yeah, because I did my... I uploaded my ID and all the other day.
Yep.
Let's have a look and see what it says here. Check status. You've been added to waitlist. Yeah, it's back on that.
You're kidding.
It's back on you've been added to the waitlist. But...
Nate, how many, out of all the cards that you sent to CGC, how many pristines did you end up getting?
Oh, shit. You're asking a wild question there.
Like more than 10, less than 10?
My phone's about to die. Damn it.
Yeah, mine's about 7% as well. I would... Oh, it's definitely not 10%. Fuck, I think we'd be lucky. Including Craig's one, because the one that we sent over for Craig,
Yep.
all combined, probably 20, maybe 30 tops.
30?
Maybe 30 at best. At absolute best. Shit,
All right.
A lot
I
of
mean,
10, I'll give them that.
I've only gotten 2 pristines, and I'm probably over halfway, and I've only gotten 2, but all of these cards, I've never opened up a pack of cards. So the cards that I was buying were either ripped on a show or I was buying it raw from community members in the Discord.
That's crazy, dude.
But I get it.
So you've never ripped any of yourself. That's crazy.
I've never ripped one pack of cards in my life, man.
Wow, dude.
Because I knew that I couldn't I wouldn't be able to juggle and make it into a hobby and a business at the same time.
Yep.
So, and my mom is or was addicted to scratch tickets. And when I saw these, I was just like, would you rather be the person that sells the scratch tickets or the person that scratches the tickets? And I said, I'd rather be the person that sells the tickets because at least I might get my money back.
It's I think we're moving forward in a positive way.
You do?
I
That's good.
yeah, I think
With
the
you
top
saying
three.
that, that's huge.
Sorry.
I said, with you saying that, that's huge.
I think there's going to be a doldrum in the Series 2 cards for a little bit while the hype of Topps Chrome really takes the forward seat.
Yeah.
But I think that will hopefully be the catalyst for the onboarding, if not what Gary's already doing now. And that's what he's not stupid. He's doing a mass onboarding at the moment. Nothing to do with the nothing to do with NFTs. If people are sort of looking at it going, what Gary's doing with the NFT things, the Series 2 giveaways, as an onboarding for the Series 2 to bring that up, to bring the floor up, it has nothing to do with that and everything to do with to bring awareness to Topps Chrome and what the next moves are.
Did you end up hearing any more from that person that I ended up connecting with? I don't know how I ended up connecting with her, but I tagged you in something because she was new to the whole VeeFriends thing, but she lived out in Australia. And I just said, if you're looking for stuff right now, I said, in Australia, you go to Nate. And you ended up replying, but I didn't know if that ended up turning into like you having another community member in Australia that's interested in VeeFriends.
It's honestly been a strange thing, man. Like, I've probably sent out around about 40 or 50 packages in the last 2 years to people in Australia.
Yep.
And I converse with one, maybe two, other than Craig, out of all of that. And I know that there's quite a few up in Queensland, apparently, because when Gary come over for the talk last he did on a couple of years ago, there was a big VeeFriends after party catch-up sort of thing up there in Brisbane, or up here, I should say. But even those, man, like it's...
What's the market for Pokemon in Australia? Like
big, huge.
Huge. And do you have an idea on like how many years after Pokemon was out that it actually started to get a footprint in Australia?
3 to 5 years, comfortably.
Was it bigger in Australia before it was big in the United States?
No.
Okay.
Definitely led by their states.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we generally are, and it's definitely not going to be a dig. I don't know how it's going to come across, but anything that's happening VeeFriends related, that's where Craig and I, or anyone else here in Australia, you're fucked before you even start, is the nicest way to put it. Because by the time that things come around and roll around, by the time that we actually get any attention from this side of the world is occurring, you're 6 to 9 months behind as a bare minimum. And by that stage, the hype is already over. Like, so even with the cards that I've graded, we've done an absolute stellar deal. And I owe you a lot for that one, man. That's cool.
I mean, I think you and Craig, made a good move getting into VeeFriends. I just think it's going to be it's long for us. I mean, it's not long for me. I understand how business works, but I feel like it's going to be, even longer for you guys to see the fruits of your labor.
Exactly, dude.
But at the end of the day, you guys are the two founding fathers of VeeFriends in Australia. Like, no matter whether you freaking make no money or some money, you guys will be a part of history. Whether they write you in the books or not is another story, you know?
That's it.
Yeah.
Which I don't care either way, man. It's just, you know, there's so much positive to gain from it all in every aspect, and Craig and I know that. It's going to go through the ebbs and flows of how you feel and how it comes across, especially when there's that, as we said, the biggest delay and the biggest time differences, and everything that's occurring is over in the States.
Yeah,
It won't always be that way, but whatever is being built over there will never, it'll never trickle down in the same magnitude that it happens and everything happens over there. It can't, and it won't.
I really think that you guys both in 2026 have to come to some event, even if it's in Europe, because I just think that if you go to an event and you see people and you're talking to people, I just think it will open up ideas and people will, I don't know, not take you more seriously, but they'll be like, oh, you know what? I got these two guys in Australia that I can contact. That's what you need. You just need more people that when they say VeeFriends Australia, they know who you are.
That's right.
That's it.
Look, I think honestly, Bees, a lot of the OGs from back in Series 1 days before, even well before the mint, the Series 2, I think we can both sort of agree there's a lot that have faded off completely. There's been a lot that faded off into the shadow, and then there's a lot of new people coming in that you just go like, a lot of people have no idea.
Yeah, and
who have sort of come before that, and it's half on those that used to be around that should still be around, but there's also reasons why they're not.
But you mentioned that you guys are getting whatnot.
Allegedly 4 months ago, yeah.
So, in a perfect world, by the end of 2025, whatnot is up and running.
Well, yeah, we should have been well and truly under it now, and I'm pressuring them at least once a week now with emails, and they're starting to get quite to the point, because there's no reason why they're not. They've got, I think, about 40 approved sellers currently running on there.
I mean, if I was in your shoes and whatnot's up and running and the time difference, I don't know what the time difference is, but like I would really work on what time it would be in the United States on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights when
100%.
people come back from the bars or out for the night and they've had a bunch of drinks and then they go online and they buy cards.
100%, man. Like our time difference over there is like middle of the day. You're talking 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 4 p.m. sort of thing over here in Australia, which is easy to do for me. Yeah, and definitely not opposed to it. I might lose you in a second too, dude. I'm down to about 2% on the phone. But yeah, I mean, once they start, we know that that's where the attention is now, and to get anywhere and traction where that needs to occur, as well as the shipping. The shipping's always been a bastard. You know that. I know that. We've sent stuff to you. So,
but it is what it is.
I sent 10 slabs via eBay the other day. One turned up damaged on the corner because it had been damaged in transit.
Yep. When you did your rares, did you look at your rares and decide which ones you wanted to send in, or did you just send in anything that was a foil anyways? The frame has frozen. Ooh, there's a 10 penguin right there for you, folks. There's a very rare patient pig, 8.5. All right, we got super stickers, original super stickers. Ready? Here we go. 6.5. All right. 9. The bull. There we go. The hungry hammerhead. 9. Another hungry hammerhead. 8.5. These are the original super stickers from 2023. I believe it was at Nationals. The Protective Panther, 7. I do know that these graded a little differently than other super stickers that they've come out with over the past 12, 14 months. Protective Panther, super sticker, 9. Here we go. The Consistent Cougar, super sticker, 9. Another Cougar, super sticker, 9. Focus Falcon, super sticker, we get yourselves a 9. Focus Falcon, super sticker, 9. Special Blobfish, super sticker, 9. Another Bashful Blobfish, super sticker, 10. Thank the Lord for the 10. Okay. Let's get to the rest of them. But, you know, like I was telling everybody, I got into VeeFriends. I decided to make a documentary of my last 6 months, but it actually ended up taking 16 months. And right now we're open up all the cards that I got graded that I either bought on stream and other people ripped, or I bought from people on the Discord community members that were selling things. So right now, I'm not disappointed in what I'm seeing at all. Another Bashful Blobfish super sticker, we're going 10. And we got a Consider It Cowboy super sticker, 6. It's interesting. All right, another Consider It Cowboy super sticker, 9. We got the Big Game Bandicoot super sticker, 9. Big Game Bandicoot super sticker, 8.5. It's in the game. Let's see here. All right, we got the Logical Lion super sticker, 8. Decisive Duck super sticker, 9.5. I'll take it. I'll take it. There we go. The Hyped Horse super sticker, 9. We got the Versatile Viking super sticker, 7. We've got the Tranquil Toad super sticker, 9. We got the Smooth Spider super sticker, Halloween packs, 9. The Trusting Tarantula super sticker, Halloween, 9. Notorious Ninja super sticker, 10. That's what we're allowed to see. Another Notorious Ninja super sticker, 9. We've got the, well, we have the, well, isn't this interesting? They're telling me that this is the Gritty Ghost from the Halloween collection, but it's the werewolf. And it's a 1 out of 99 limited edition. So that right there says it's the Gritty Ghost from the Halloween collection, but it's not. And it's an 8.5, which I don't know. All right. So here it is. Here's the Gritty Ghost. And they put the wrong tag on both of these. Interesting. I mean, do I send them back so that they can fix it? I don't know. The Werewolf super sticker from the Halloween edition, 9. Bold as Fuck Bat super sticker from the Halloween, 8.5. Bold as Fuck Bat super sticker, 8. The Zealous Zombie super sticker from the Halloween 2023, 7. We've got the super sticker Vibin' Vampire, 9. Fearless Fairy, 8 super sticker. Motivated Monster super sticker, 8.5. Skilled Skeleton here, super sticker Halloween edition 2023, 10. And we got the Jolly Jacko super sticker out of 499 from 2003, 8.5. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing overall. But I was hoping that those super stickers would be a little bit better. So I guess I'll be talking to my good friend B. Miller and getting him to set me up with my set of cards. I need to do this. this one is done. And we've got 4 more of these, and then we've gone through everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to repackage all of these, and I'm going to sell them on my Whatnot show with a bunch of other things. All right, we got the astronaut super sticker 9. This one is out of $199. 1 second here. Just that is done. No, Mister, I don't read the chat. I don't have time for that, Scuba. Let's take a look here. Wonderful. The guy Slim, good to see you. All right, so super sticker, Forever Phoenix. 6. Forever Phoenix out of $2.99. 8. Forever Phoenix super sticker out of $2.99. 9. Forever Phoenix out of 55. Super sticker 9. Beacon Viper out of 55. Super sticker 8. Beacon Viper out of 55. Super sticker 7.5. Beacon Viper out of 99. Rainbow 8.5 from the Road to Beacon boxes. Another Rainbow Beacon Viper out of 99. CGC 7. Adventurous Astronaut out of 55. Super sticker 9. Compassionate Catfish out of 55. 8.5. Yep, the 10s will go to Slim's house. Foul, Shao, Firefly out of 55. 8. The Determined Dolphin super sticker out of 10. A 6. Interesting. Oh, here we go. The 2019 Alien in Ginsler, the Gary Vaynerchuk card. I ended up getting one 2019, and I got a Gen Min 10. Gotta be happy about that. Ooh, I put one of the TCG cards that come at the bottom of a Series 2 box because it looked kind of good. and I wanted one graded. I got a 9. Not too shabby. Oh, I did. This is interesting. I did the VeeFriends cards that come in the Tokyo or the Tokitos Macy's figurines. The 6-inch. There's a card up above, and I got them graded. And I got a gratitude gorilla at 10. I have another gratitude gorilla, 8.5. I got a common sense cow from the Macy's edition, a 6. I got a practical peacock from the Macy's Tokido edition, 9. I got a Be the Bigger Person from the Macy's, 9. Got a Willful Wizard from the Macy's Tokido 6-inch figurine wizard, 6.5. I got the genuine giraffe from the Macy's, 8.5. I got the competitive clown super sticker out of $1.99, the Halloween edition, 9. Another clown from the super sticker collection, 7. Another super sticker, the competitive clown out of $1.99, 6. Welcome to the big show. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, we've got a tenacious turkey from the turkey packs. This is out of 355, 8 super sticker. Another from 355 from the turkey packs, super sticker, tenacious turkey, 8.5. A limited to 284 tenacious turkey from the turkey packs, 8.5. Out of 284 tenacious turkey from the turkey packs, 8.5. Got a rainbow super sticker, genuine giraffe, limited edition, rainbow out of 99, 9. Got a Flexin' Fox limited out of 99, rainbow, 8. Then I got another Flexin' Fox limited edition of 99 rainbow, 8.5. Got a compassionate catfish here, rainbow out of 99, 8.5. Got another compassionate catfish here, limited out of 99, rainbow, 8.5. Got a entrepreneur elf out of 199, super sticker, rainbow, 8.5. Entrepreneur elf from the elf pack Christmas pack out of 499, 9. Another entrepreneur elf from the elf pack stickers super stickers that came with the ornaments. This is out of $4.99. It's a 9. Adaptable Alien out of $3.99 from the Alien super stickers. 8. Another adaptable Alien out of $3.99. 8.5. A articulate armadillo super sticker. 8.5. Gifted gopher super sticker. 8.5. A innovative Impala super sticker out of $4.99. 8.5. Another innovative Impala out of $4.99 super sticker. 9. Heart Trooper super sticker out of $4.99. 9. Super sticker Gracious Grizzly Bear out of $4.99. We get a 10. Hold on, I didn't give you enough time to take a picture, share it, reply it, like it. Gracious Grizzly Bear out of $4.99 super sticker. 8.5. It's all right. I got that 10. Gracious Grizzly Bear out of $4.99 super sticker. 7. Gracious Grizzly Bear out of $4.99. 7. Chill Chinchilla out of $3.99 super sticker. 9. The Amped II super sticker out of $2.99. The Amped II CGC. 9. Not bad. Interesting. Yeah, that can go there. And this can go here. 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 And how long have I been? Wow, this is crazy. I really feel like I've been moving along with this, but maybe not. I appreciate anybody who's sitting here on Monday morning watching me go through all of this. I got your attention there, Scuba. I actually was going to reach out to you last week. I have a question, a business question that I think you have a lot more. You have more experience in, so I'll be sending you a DM soon, my friend. 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Thank you. I know you missed me and come back. All right. Mature mule, core 10. Mature mule, core 9. Mature mule, core 9. Mojo mouse, core 10. Mojo mouse, core 9. Spontaneous seahorse, core 10. Spontaneous seahorse, core gem mint 8. Glowing glowworm, gem mint 10. I actually did really good on my scuba. Oh, good. Wonderful. Unbelievable scuba. Glowing glowworm, gem mint 10. Glowing glowworm, core 8.5. Scuba, why are you in my account? And why does the bees have 3 E's? There's 2. Capital B, 2 lowercase e's, and a capital Z. All right. The Maltese core 9. Maltese core 10. Jolly Jacko core gem mint 10. Jolly Jacko core gem mint 10. Brilliant Barracuda. Shouldn't Scuba Steve be the Brilliant Barracuda? I don't know. Just a thought. And I can't believe I sent this card in, but it's a 7. Kindred Kangaroo core 9. Sympathetic Squid core 8.5. Sympathetic Squid core 9. Just Jackal core 9. Scuba, you're messing with my name and everything. Just Jackal core 9. Just Jackal core gem mint 10. Steadfast Snake, very rare, gem mint 10. Intuitive Iguana, rare, gem mint 10. Kindred Kangaroo, out of 99. Wow, this is brilliant. $5.5. I mean, if you're going to get a low score, I guess that's the best way to go about it. Kindred Kangaroo, out of 390, gem mint 10. We got that one. We got that one. Another Kindred Kangaroo. Super sticker out of 390. Gem Mint 10. That's pretty good. I got a bunch of 10s in there. I got these hands. Scuba. Unbelievable. Bro Fits. Morning, my friend. Hope you have a fabulous week. Let's go here. The Honorable Ohm Core 9.5. Honorable Ohm Core Gem Mint 10. Honorable Ohm Core Gem Mint 10. The Calm Clam Core 10. The Calm Clam Core Gem Mint 10. The Calm Clam Core Gem Mint 10. The Anchovy Gem Mint 10. Rational Rattlesnake Core Gem Mint 10. Rational Rattlesnake Core Gem Mint 10. Wild Wallaby Core 9.5. Courteous Coyote Core 9. Courteous Coyote Core Gem Mint 10. Courteous Coyote Core Gem Mint 10. Ernest Ermine Core Gem Mint 10. Keen Kingerfish Core 10. Mint Mink Core Gem Mint 10. Bubbly Buzzard Core 10. Bubbly Buzzard Core 10. Pea Salad Core 8.5. Pea Salad Core Gem Mint in your face Scuba Duba Deve 10. Pea Salad Core 9. Pea Salad Core 9. Perceptive Puma Core 8.5. Perceptive Puma Core Gem Mint 10. Perceptive Puma Core Gem Mint 10. Toronto and St. Louis Core 9.5. Toronto and St. Louis Core 8.5. Not bad. I mean, I do believe in this whole case that there was more 10s than anything else. It seems like for my first submission, which was 678 cards, I did a better job with the cores, looking at them, than the rares or the foils, but I was planning to get all the foils and rares graded anyway, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Fire. All right, we got two more, and then I'm out of here. And, please check my YouTube. You can see the last 6 months or 16 months of me trying to get to my first show that will be in September on Labor Day weekend. And if you ended up getting a sweet spot card, rated rookie of myself, that was done with Meta Rides, it was done with Cactus Cards, Bar Locker, and it was done with this other guy. He does slabs and NFTs. It's like whale, rare, whale. I don't know. It rhymes with that, but yeah, he's good. He's really good. Rarity deal. Thank you for helping out with those sweet spot cards. And Labor Day weekend, like I said, if you have one of the 100, you will be in a drawing to win one out of 5 free Series 2 boxes. And that show on Labor Day weekend, it's going to be a really long show. It's going to be a fundraiser. And everything that I give away on the first show on Labor Day weekend, everything's going to be free, except for Scuba Steve, who messed up with my name tag down here. And I'm not really happy about it. And the tigers that are on my tracksuit are not happy about it either. So if you could fix that, I'd appreciate it. Anyways, moving right along. Polished Poodle, Gem Mint 10. Suffocate Hate, Core, Gem Mint 10. Daring Dragonfly, Core, 8.5. Radical Rabbit, Core, 8.5. Gleeful Sugar Glider, Core, 9. We got the dedicated Dragonfly here. CGC, 10. 10, Scuba. Eat my nuts. My walnuts. Right there for you, Scoop. Dedicated Dragonfly, Core, 9. Pleasant Platypus, Core, 9. Pleasant Platypus, Core, 9. Courageous Cockatoo, Core, 10. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pristine Observant Oyster, Core. There you go. There you go. There's a little zoom for you right there. We got the Courageous Cockatoo, Core. We're going 9. We got the Decisive Duck, Core, 7. I really think it's not that. It's a little difficult to get Decisive Duck cards. And these are the only ones that I had. Another Decisive Duck, Core, 7. Like a Sponge, Core, 9. Like a Sponge, Core, 9.5. It's in the game. We got the Badass Bulldog, Core, 9.5. Badass Bulldog, Core, 9. We got the Forgiving Horned Frog, Gem Mint 10. Thank you. Thank you. Please stop. Faithful Pheasant. We're gonna go core. That's a 9. It's a 9. We got the Candid Clownfish core starting at a 9. We got another Candid Clownfish core. We're at 9.5. We got another Candid Clownfish, Gem Mint 10. We have another Candid Clownfish, Gem Mint 9. We've got the Honorable Ohm again here, core at a 9. Another Honorable Ohm, core 10. Let's see here. We've got the Warm Wolverine core at a 9. We got the Charismatic Chameleon core, Gem Mint 10. We've got the Caring Camel core at a 9. We got another Caring Camel core at a 9. We've got a Woke Walrus, Gem Mint 10. We've got a Serious Sperm Whale core at a 7. We've got When You Live for Their Validation core at a 7. We got another When You Live for Their Validation 5.5. And like I said, if you're gonna get, something that is not an 8, 9, or a 10, definitely go for that 5.5. Firefly core, we're at an 8. Firefly core, we're at a 9. 9. We got a Steadfast Snake core, we're at a 9. We've got a Resourceful Raban at a Gem Mint 10. We have a Stun Sun core at a 10. We've got a Stun Sun core at an 8.5. We've got a Reliable Rat at a 9. Gem Mint 9. We have another Reliable Rat core, 9. Got another Reliable Rat core at a 9. We've got another Graceful Goldfish core. We're looking at a 9. We've got Barn Owl core. We're loving it. Gem Mint 10. We got a Capable Caterpillar core. We're looking at a 9. We got a Dapper Dash Hound core 8.5. We got another Dapper Dash Hound core at an 8.5. Ooh, I like this. We got a detailed orientated Dumbo Octopus core, and we're looking at a 10 right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 10 of the most beautiful character in all of the VeeFriends land. And I got another one here at an 8.5. And let's see here. We got the Sincere Skunk core at a 9. And let's keep it going here. We got the Gutsy Gecko. It's up there, my boy. Core 8.5. But we got a Gutsy Gecko core here, and we're looking at a Gem Mint 10. And one more card to end this one out. We got the Warm Wolverine core at a 9. So pretty good. Pretty good. Last one, guys. Last one. And this is great because I've been working on this mini docu-series and I needed to end it with episode 8, which I got my LLC. I ended up using Mark Cuban's company, zenbusiness.com. Highly recommend them. They'll set you up with your marketing website. They'll set you up with your accounting. They'll set you up with your LLC. You know, I know a lot of people think to themselves and they say, you know, if I'm going to start a business, there's so many little pieces of the puzzle that I don't know. And I don't even know how to ask the questions of what I need to know. And they're worried about, you know, if I start my company and I don't do something right, my taxes and all that good stuff. Zen Business really does a good job of covering all your bases. And, you know, if you pay for the certain options that they offer, you know, it can kind of give you a little bit of peace of mind. And that's kind of what I did. And I'll do that for this year and maybe next year, and spend a little bit more extra money on, you know, the business, the HR stuff, you know, the tax stuff, just so I'm covered in those areas. And I could probably do it cheaper, but right now it's just easier to have Zen help me out with that. And, you know, in a year or two, then I'll be able to find ways to be able to cut costs. So that's my 3 cents. All right, last box. And then I have to get to a lot of things today. Yeah, the first show of the Sweet Spot, that will be starting up Labor Day weekend. It will be a very long show. We'll be giving away the 5 free Series 2 boxes to anybody that has one of the 100 Sweet Spot cards. We'll be randomizing them, and 5 people that have that particular number on that Sweet Spot card will win a Series 2 box. And everything on that show will be for free. It will be a fundraiser. I will be doing some whatnot shows and selling stuff. Probably you'll see me in May on whatnot, because I want to learn how to use the system and stuff before I end up starting my show. But if you have any questions, please feel free to send multiple DMs to Scuba Steve. Peaceful Pelican Core 8.5. And if you missed anything, I've only been doing this live for 3 hours and 20 minutes. So you can rewind and watch it again with your whole family. All right, let's just get back to this. Peaceful Pelican Core 9. Brave Bison Core 9. Your Poor Relationship with Time Gem Mint, 10. Your poor relationship with time, core, 8.5. Sensitive, centipede, core, 8. Boisterous, beaver, core. You can't see my beaver. You can't see my beaver. It's a 9. It's a 9. Who was born in 1997? Slowpoke. Core, it's a 9. Another, who was born in 1997? Core, Gem Mint 10. Who was born in 1997? Core, we got ourselves an 8. Last glass standing, core, we got ourselves a 10. Zestful zebra, core, we got ourselves a 10. Hot shit hornet, core, 8.5. Noble numbat, core, we're looking at a 9. Happy hermit crab, core, we're looking at a 9. Another happy hermit crab, core, we're looking at an 8.5. 8.5. We got the productive puffin, core, we got ourselves a 9. We got another productive puffin, and this came in at a Gem Mint Tenzo. Tenzo. And then we got ourselves an independent inchworm, core, 8.5. And then we got ourselves another independent inchworm, core, 9. And then we got ourselves a poised pug, because he's so poised, core, Gem Mint 10. Then we got another poised pug, core, we're looking at a 9 there. Then we got another poised pug, core, we're looking at a 9. And then we got the truculent T-Rex, and we're looking at a 9.5. 9.5. And we got another T-Rex coming right after at an 8, which is 2 small zeros on top of each other. That's how you make an 8. Just giving out free advice. And then we got, the world has plenty of love. Core, we're looking at a 9. And then we're looking at the proactive piranha, CGC, core, Gem Mint, drum roll. I don't have a drummer. Proactive piranha core, we're going Gem Mint 10. We got the OG Ox core, we're looking at a 9.5. We're looking at the bold as F word bat, bold as Gem Mint 10. Another bold as the F word again, bat, bold as CGC core, Gem Mint 10. Take the picture now. Take the picture now. And then we've got the he ain't moosing. He's modest and he's a moose. Gem Mint, 7.5. I don't even think I'm allowed to. Oh, this says near mint. Near mint, 7.5. That's nice. Near. I love the word sure. Letting you know, I like that word sure. Modest moves. Core, 9. We got a articulate armadillo, 8.5. We got bad intentions with Easter. Just 6 days away now. Bad intentions core. We're looking at a 7. Tolerant tuna core. We're looking at a 9. Tolerant tuna core. We're looking at a 9. Respectful raccoon. Gem Mint 10 core. Gem Mint 10 core. Yep. You don't have one of those, Scuba. Nope, you don't. Respectful raccoon core. Gem Mint 11. All right, I got another pristine here. It's a gracious a grasshopper. Yeah, it's a pristine 10. Huh? Take the picture. Take the picture. All right. And then we got another gracious grasshopper. Gem Mint 10. And then we got the insightful Irish Terrier. Gem Mint 10. We got another insightful Irish Terrier. This one is just a little bit different. It's a 9.5. And then I got another terrier here, Irish. Yeah, this terrier is Irish as well. It's a Gem Mint 9. And then we got the Juicy Jaguar. Yep, that's nice. This one is a 9. We got another Juicy Jaguar, and this one has gems and mints on it. It's a Gem Mint core cougar. I got another Juicy Jaguar. This is going at a 9.5. I've got another Juicy Jaguar. This is a Gem Mint 10, so we're looking good there. I got another Juicy Jaguar, and this one, it's a 9. And then I've got the Joyous Jellyfish, the most joyous of the sea. It is a CGC 9. Thank you. And then we got another joyous jellyfish here, but this one is a little bit different. It is a Gem Mint 10. This card right here, if anybody wants to trade me this card for a Notorious Ninja Topps Chrome out of 25 Superfractor for this, please DM me. And then the last 2 cards in all 678 cards that I got graded from the beginning of this mini docuseries that was supposed to take 6 months. It took like 16 months. The last 2 cards. And remember, I've never opened up a pack of VeeFriends cards in my life. Maybe, just maybe, on Labor Day weekend when I have the first episode of The Sweet Spot, I'll open that first pack with you guys. But I can't guarantee. There's no promises. the last two here. This one, he's got two, I don't know, like he's got two trees in his hand. They look like pine trees. They don't look like broccoli. And this guy, his name starts with a T and ends with a Rex. And he is a mint core 9. And this last one, it's the Peaceful Pelican. And let's end on a good note here. And let's tell you that it's a Gem Mint 10. So there you go, kids. There you go. All my cards sent to CGC. My plan with these cards is I will be repackaging these cards into individual wrappers, and I'll have different variations. I'll have like a one wrap that might be less. Then I'll have like tier 3, which maybe would be around like $20 for a ripped graded VeeFriends slab. Then I'll have a medium-sized one, and then I'll have a high-end one. I am going to, if you didn't see it, there will be Series 1 cards. There is going to be a gift goat in these slab packs. Let's see here. Epics. I'm really going to put a diverse amount of different types of cards and grades in all of these and make it worthwhile for everyone. But like I mentioned, the sweet spot is about people talking about moments that somebody did something for them that, you know, really has a place in their heart. Or if a person did something nice for somebody else. I want to share these stories. The sweet spot is going to be a card show, and you know, we will be selling cards, and we will be selling packs, and we will be selling boxes. But at the end of the day, it's first about content and about having fun and me acting like an idiot so that you guys can laugh. And then second, it comes to selling the cards. You know, and at some point, I really would love to, you know, sit down with people in the community and, you know, talk to them about their hobby and how they can make money, you know, and brainstorm ideas that might be able to help you. I mean, I got into this to, you know, help others out. And I will continue to do that till I'm 103 years old. Anyways, I've got to run. I have a lot I need to do today. You will see me more regularly. I do believe I have a guest coming to Boston, and that will be in like 2 weeks. And we will be ripping a couple of boxes on Whatnot. I'm not going to tell you who that guest is, but someone from the community, a real big part of the community. will be coming, and I'm going to learn a little bit about Whatnot from them. And, you know, we're going to sell some cards and we're going to have a good time. And then I'll start doing shows myself, just gearing up, learning how to use the Whatnot program, figuring out how everything gets shipped out, putting systems in play so that I can be ready to go Labor Day weekend when we roll out the sweet spot. You know, I just really want to thank everybody in the community, and I want to thank everybody over at VeeFriends. You guys work your ass off. The community, you guys work your ass off. What's happening here is it's more than just the cards. And I really think we can do a lot of good for a lot of people. And I think a lot of us are seeing that. You know, we're going to have bad days. We're going to have frustrating days. But at the end of the day, it's about making a difference in other people's lives. And I think VeeFriends is the cure for a lot of problems going on in this world. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. So with that said, it's time to retire the Tiger tracksuit. We got to get rid of the Tiger tracksuit. You know what I mean? It's just that time. And, you know, I got myself a Series 1 NFT a few months back. It's my first NFT. And I got a spec. And I'm really proud of myself. So this Tiger outfit will go into the Bees Hall of Fame, and no one will have to see it anymore. But I want to thank everybody. I really, really want to thank everybody. Just gotta move these, and I'll let you guys go on with your day. And have a great week. Be grateful. Be great. And we'll see you real soon. All right.